go get him.
How many of you feel that ice hockey is a violent sport? Thank you, Matt. Well, today I will present you some information, both from my personal experience from playing hockey for 12 years, as well as some statistics that I found that may make you think that hockey, although violent in its own sport, is not as violent as some people may think. The reason that I found that
I know, I deal with it every week.
The reason that I found that people think and feel that hockey is rooted in violence is throughout the years there's a lot of fighting and hitting involved in the sport. A lot of people have told me that hockey players only fight because they are goons. Well, my friends, that is wrong. I can tell you from personal experience why that is not correct. These players are called enforcers. The role on the team is to protect their star players, or also called the goal scorers, as well as inject energy into the team and the crowd, which is exactly what a fight in hockey does, even if your teammate loses the fight. More often than not, one of the teams scores a goal relatively quickly following the fight, and if no team scores, there is a noticeable difference in the energy level of both the players from each team as well as the crowd, and I can tell you that there is no feeling better than that of a highly energetic, extremely loud crowd. In 2001, sportsafety.org broke down sport-related injuries by sport. Basketball had 680,000 injuries, football had 414,000, and hockey only had 64,000 reported injuries. There were only two other sports that had less injuries than hockey did, and those were volleyball at 56,000 and track and field at 15,000 injuries reported. To go along with the broad spectrum that injury implies, the National Center for Catastrophic Sports Injury Research reported that from 1982 to 2002, the numbers of indirect and direct fatalities among high school-aged athletes were for basketball 88 fatalities, football 22, and there were no fatalities reported for hockey players, directly or indirectly related to the injuries produced by the sport. A friend of mine argued a couple weeks ago that since football has more players actively playing the game at any certain point, they would, based on numbers, have more injuries. I agree, to a point. But football plays only 16 games in a season, not including the playoffs, whereas hockey plays 82 games, also not including the playoffs. And on top of that rigorous schedule of 82 games, there's a possibility of having to play five games in a 6 or 7 day period. And I can also tell you that a stretch like that really takes a toll on your body. There is one more statistic that I found quite interesting that I would like to present to you today. According to the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission, during 2007, the number of sports-related head injuries that were seen in hospital emergency rooms for each sport were football at 36,000, basketball reported 25,000, and it was reported that hockey had 5,500 head injuries reported. To wrap this talk up, hockey is a violent sport. Or to wrap this up, is hockey a violent sport? Sure, it does have some violent aspects. I won't deny that, but what sport has absolutely zero violence in it? I have never thought that hockey was rooted in violence, and I believe that the injury statistics that I have presented to you today reiterate my feelings that can subject hockey as a sport that goes further than just hitting and fighting. Those are just minor aspects of the game. It takes a great amount of skill, stamina, hand-eye coordination, and balance to succeed. Thank you for taking your time and letting me present this information to you.
Nice job.